Why would you not want it in Selfridges? Wouldn't that?
Because I wanna get this. It's different when you're sitting on the table and you've done the work than when you ain't done the work and you're sitting there and you're trying to convince them why you should be in there.
Okay, so you rather they kind of reached out to you in a sense, or in a
not
way?
even reached out, but you've done the back work where it's like we're negotiating sensibly. Not on. I'm not begging.
For something to be. So I'm gonna say that you're in the luxury side of things. Mm-hmm. Who sets the price? The consumer or the producer? Why do we pay? I don't know, £700 for an LV t-shirt, and the same t-shirt that you might do, and somebody refuses to pay it. So I'm asking you, who sets the price? Is it us as the consumer or you as the producer? Who sets the price?
That's a tricky question there, because for me, I went into this phase in my head where I believe that this should be this price. Yeah. Okay. When somebody else might say, nah, I don't think that should be this price. You ain't built your brand up to that level. Okay. So and then I'm like, nah, if you don't want to buy it, then you know where to go. This is my price. You know. Then I sat down one day and I said, have I put in the work?
Yeah. Okay.
That's the most important thing, because I'm like saying I believe this is £500, but have I put in the work for it to be £500? Then I had to get back to the ground and make it affordable. Okay. And then now I'm working the price up.
Affordable to who?
Affordable to, like for example, you say to yourself, it's like, you might say, all right, cool, I think my t-shirts are £500, but then you might say to yourself, okay, let me just start at £80.
Okay.
And then work my way up to £500, because that's making people desire the brand. Okay. Yeah. Believe in the brand puts the price up.
Let me ask you a question, Chizo. So you've had a few different lines that you brought out. So right now you've got a t-shirt you're bringing out, says Return of the Underdogs, I think is on it. Something like Yeah, okay. So you've set it at a certain price. So how much are you selling the t-shirt for?
£45.
£45. Yeah. Okay. Now, obviously why have you priced it at £45? What have you seen, or what have you told yourself that this t-shirt's worth £45? Because that's what I'm trying to get to this conversation of how do we determine what something is worth? Is it you saying that okay, this t-shirt has cost me £3, it's going to cost me this amount to do the printing, this amount for the packaging, this amount for the import-export tax, so this t-shirt has cost me £25. Are you looking at the cost of what it's taking you to get to the final product, or are you saying, no, I'm Drip London, I'm drippy, I'm saucy, people know that I've got this or whatever, I can't be selling something for £45 because it's going to cheapen my brand. So I've got, so for instance, a t-shirt. So what's your most expensive t-shirt?
Most expensive t-shirt is like £85. £85.
So a printed one. So it's not stitched. It's like the logo's
£85. £85.
So you're selling for £85. Yeah. Let's assume now that two of you have got the same GSM quality. Yeah. Let's assume it's coming from the same factory. It's at the same cost. Yeah. So let's say it's cost you £12 each. Yeah. Yeah. You decided £85. You decided £45. Why is there a £40 disparity between it? Is it because you're targeting? Who are you targeting for your clothing? Let me ask you that first. Because you're both guys into fashion. Yeah. However, you're on a different plane. And I'm not saying to undermine you. No. You're on a different place. Yeah. So why is it that? Would you say that £45 is too much? So let's have a bit of a battle here. No, I wouldn't. Not to disrespect him, but he's selling £45. Are you saying that that's the right price, or saying he's overcharging?
Remember as well. No,
he's not overcharging. I've had to bring some t-shirts down to £45. Yeah. So because there's certain people that are new to certain things, so £45 might be affordable for them. You know what I'm saying? But then at the same thing with me, where my pricing came was, I was a heavy spender. Okay. In Gucci, Louis Vuitton, I agree. All these other big brands, I'll spend £5 on a Da Vinci t-shirt. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So my thing came in like, yo, £85. You know how much t-shirts I can buy with £85? I'm a man that spends £5 on one t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, the type of feeling, because my thing with the fashion is deeper than just putting prices. When you buy a drip t-shirt and you go out, and the material and the feeling you get when people notice you, man, then that drip tee making man feel nice. He's like, yo, she noticed me. You know what I'm saying? It's value for money. You can't.
So your target audience. So for instance, let's look at as much as he gets a lot of stick, Manny Devar, the guy Reese, he gets a lot of stick.
Yeah.
Because of I think because of his personality and he's a bit harsh, a bit coarse.
Yeah.
Looking at his clothing line.
Yeah.
Okay. And looking at yours, I'd say you're in two different lanes.
Two different lanes.
I think would you go as far as saying that his target audience and yours are completely different? What I'm trying to get from you is who are you targeting? Are you targeting the trappers?
Yeah.
Are you targeting the guys who are going to uni who are just getting by and making their money? Are you targeting someone who wants to have something which is trendy but can't afford maybe the Marys and afford that, but they can afford Drip London? Who are you? Like who do you see wearing your clothes, and who do you want to wear your clothes? Two different questions. Who do you want to wear your clothes, and who would you say are wearing your clothes? Two separate questions.
It's a two separate question.
Who do you want to wear your clothes, and who would you say is wearing your clothes?
I want the people to wear my clothes that are who are into high fashion.
Okay.
So it could be like new trend, like they ain't, because certain brands, certain people don't know about. Some people jump on things early. Those are the type of people I want wearing my brand. People who discover new fashion as well. You know what I'm saying? Then at the same time, the price bracket right now can always change. You know what I'm saying? So I can't just say it's for people who can afford, because sooner or later, London will be a price where it's gonna rise. Everything rises. You know what I'm saying? When the demand becomes more. So I would say it's a few with a bit of everything. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't just say I want footballers wearing my brand. Drip's really for everyone.
So you're saying that you're trying to have your fashion in a way where any Tom, Dick and Harry or Kunle, Funke and Toby can look at Drip London and say, this is for me.
Yeah.
Okay. And who would you say you're targeting with your t-shirts? Have you not thought of who your target audience is, who you want to wear it?
You know what? The main people has been subscribers of the channel, but it's more towards that like streetwear, you get what I'm saying, market. Because I remember when the Wes was like, why 45? I said, boy, the quality of tea that we use is one higher than, you know what I mean, the normal, let's say like the normal YouTuber would use on their tea. So they might be able to sell it a lot cheaper, but they're using a £3 tea. Whereas our blanks now, if you were to buy it as individual blanks, you're already paying 25. You know what I mean? Then by the time you factor in the packaging, the labeling, all the little details, because we're not doing like the stick-on print on the inside, it piles up, innit? It all adds up. So I was like, alright, 45 is a good point. It's not making us crazy money, because unlike what people would think, they'll think, if you're charging 45, it's making you a mad amount of bread. Then it comes to when I used to go Selfridges all the time, and I might be like, I can't be bothered today to spend on crazy money, so I might buy 3 Trapstar t-shirts. They're £45 each. So I'll be like, alright, cool, I'll wear this one to Lux today, wear this one next week, wear this one.
I think why I questioned your pricings, because I've never known someone to go and buy 3 t-shirts for £150. That's mad. That to me, that's madness. Do you know? Because like,
bro, we used to buy t-shirts, one t-shirt for like two, three, 4. You know what I mean? So that's when I said, right, 45, because I would literally like, Trapstar used to be my one-away tops. I would wear one with like a cargo or something. By the time I wash it twice, I'm like, it's a dead top. So you give it to a girl as a sleepover shirt. You know what I mean? I take it with you.
Why would you say? I'm gonna still come back to Drip London now. Let's look at things like Gucci and Louis. There are brands that you've heavily put money into their pockets. Now my question is when it comes to luxury, so I think you've got, in the black community, for instance, we not saying that we put things in tiers, but it's almost as if Louis is like hair, and I think for most of us we don't know other brands are more expensive than exist. All we kind of know is Louis. That's like the Champions League of fashion for most black people. Then I think underneath it you probably have Gucci, I would assume. Now those are probably the 2 brands when you was a lot younger that you consumed. Why? So why was you spending money on luxury items, and how would you reckon you could convince me, or how can you convince the younger you to spend £400 on a Drip London t-shirt? How do you reckon you could get to that point to convince? So imagine you being 10 years younger, being the guy in the Phantom, being the guy in the Bentley, and you've heard of a brand called Drip London. How do you think you could persuade you to spend £400 on a Drip London t-shirt? I don't know if you understand my question.
You know what? I have to just talk about what's actually really happened. So like even people I've met that don't know me from nowhere, that have actually seen the brand. I don't think that drip can't be sold to anybody. It could be sold to anyone. People actually, even when they come, because even like some people might know, I've got a drip mobile.
Okay.
So I got a transit van and I turned it into like a miniature shop with a changing room in the back. Okay. And that really came from me selling at the back of the car, how things was actually moving. Because even when I first came with the first t-shirt, they were going for £60.
Yeah.
On the block.
Yeah.
I was actually leaking, man, and selling t-shirts for £60.
I remember.
So it wasn't like I said, it wasn't, the proof was in the work.
Yeah.
Like the material, even down to the point where when people actually saw the clothing and the material and touched everything, they was like, yeah. And then when they wore it out and it felt good and people recognized them, like as wearing something, like, you know, somebody could have been wearing Da Vinci and no one didn't say nothing. Yeah. But then someone wore drip and it's like, yo, because I think drip's such a multicultural word that even a baby goes, drip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They will understand it. So it made people feel good. So that's why people came back.
Okay.
And bought more and bought more. And that's how it's been. Anyone who's wore drip, there's some people that's got everything I've designed. You know what I'm saying? So, and there's some people, I remember I met a guy one time in Selfridges.
Okay.
I was just going around shopping, whatever, and he's like, yo, I've been trying to get your number.
Yeah.
My brethren, he said, I'm gonna name the name, Gaps, won't link it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, no, I'm here.
Yeah.
He's gone, well, you got anything now? I said, yeah, in the boot. He said, yo, perfect, because I was just about to go to a Mary and spend on the short and top, 8 bills.
Yeah.
He spent that money with me out the back of the boot.
Yeah. And I'm happy you mentioned the Mary. Now, you probably know better than me.
Yeah.
I don't think a Mary has been out for that long. No. I think it's probably, from when you're into fashion more than me, but I probably saw a Mary just before the pandemic, around maybe 5 years ago. Yeah. Now, is it fair to say that, obviously he may have been doing the background work longer than you, but is it fair to say that you both came out at a similar time, maybe a 1-2 year gap between the two of you?
I think a Mary came out maybe 3 years before.
3 years before you.
Because a Mary was a brand where guys with money that wanted to separate themselves from what everybody else was wearing wore a Mary.
Now, how do you reckon he was able to get his price tag so expensive? Because I'm happy to be wrong.
Yeah.
You mentioned about putting in the work.
Yeah.
Not saying you know Michael and Mary's history.
Yeah.
But has he put in the work, or did he put in the work to be able to sell jeans for £1,500, £2,000? How did that happen? How do you build a brand that quickly? Or maybe I didn't know the hard work he did. Yeah. But I've done a bit of research. I haven't seen
the research you did.
Yeah.
How long was his brand out? Because you got to see, just because you saw it that time.
Karen talking. Let me even Google.
Just the time you saw it that time. Some people have been. It's like a man might see me 10 years from now and goes, where did this guy come from? Yeah. But they don't know the back work on stuff.
But with him, I don't think he...
In 2021,
I don't think he was in the back of any fashion houses.
Oh, so it says 2014 was when he launched and started. Yeah. But then I guess it didn't become popular. Now, sometimes we're not in other communities, so we don't know these brands exist. Yeah. But it almost looks as if the trick is to get rappers, b-ball players to wear your clothing, and then you can just charge whatever. Because
I think that's what happens as well. I think that's what happens. But it's a like I said, I can only speak on myself coming out of London, the streets of London. We don't really like. I'll go back to, because I think a problem us Londoners have. We don't rate ourselves.
100%. I agree.
And I always used to wonder, why don't we rate ourselves? Because
I agree.
We're the same like America. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're the same like any other country. But we see them and we're, all over them. And it's like, bro, rate yourself. Rate what you're doing.
Do you feel your brand would have been bigger if you wasn't behind it? As in meaning this, so it's still, say you still own Drip London, but they didn't know it was a UK guy, black UK guy behind it.
Yeah. I'm saying it myself, Because like I said, my history already. You already know my history.
Yeah.
So I always think to myself, if I wasn't behind it, maybe people will come closer to it. Because like I said, I'm one of them people, you either like me or you don't. And then sometimes people who never really knew me, once they get to know me, go, oh, I thought it was oh, you're actually cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Would you ever separate yourself from your brand?
Eventually, it will have to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Or would you open a spin-off brand where no one knows it's Drip London behind it? So in other words, so you're Drip London now. Yeah. You could maybe open another line called Cookies and Cream, for instance, because you know the infrastructure.
Yeah.
Would you say that would be beneficial to you or detrimental to you if you open another brand without you being behind it? Like, do you reckon you could just open another line right now, market it, and not be behind it, and it would work?
Yeah, definitely, because I'm a designer, innit? So it comes second nature to me to make clothes and to even pick out something that looks a certain type of way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I always think I can, even if it was any other brand, I can still do it.
Yeah.
Just like how Virgil went to Louis Vuitton. He was off-white. You know what I'm saying? When it's in you, it's in you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just as simple as it is. I just feel like my journey's been harder because where man's coming from, especially in England, everyone's so judgmental. I think the first thing I got when I came out with my thing, and my jeweler was telling me, people was asking me like, "Who's my man?"
Okay.
That didn't know. Yeah. What's he done? What's he about? Like,
is that before wanting to buy your clothes? They want to know your story first.
Yeah, they wanted to know the story first.
Okay.
So I think like a lot of UK people are very judgmental. They want to know where you're from, and then if the person beside you ain't representing you right, it's not a good look.
Yeah. Because
you might get someone go, who's my man?
Yeah.
And then someone said, oh, no, he's.
Yeah.
It's a bad taste.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a lot of things we have, rather than people looking at the art and judging it from that.
Okay.
If it's good, if it's not. You know what I'm saying? So some people will see that it's good, because they've not been said good stuff about you, they're gonna see it in a bad way.
Okay.
Where's the childish, you know? If the camera looks shaky in that tiny bit, it's where's.
So you've ruined the whole conversation.
But yeah, so in regards to, with your brand now, so you've been about what, 5 years now, would you say?
Yeah, 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah, this is gonna be 5 years. Yeah.
Now, is it fair or unfair to say, okay, so say with an artist, for instance, say you're a rapper, most people would argue and say that the dream is to obviously get signed, not for all people now, but the dream is to get signed by maybe Atlantic or Universal and then get the bag.
Yeah.
Now, is it unfair to say that when it comes to clothing, the dream is to maybe get your clothes in Selfridges or in Harvey Nichols or in Harrods? Is that, in what way does that benefit you?
I think I could have done it long time ago.
Now, why would you not? Okay, why would you not saying you don't want it in there? But what would be detrimental to having you in places like Harrods? Like, why do people want to get their clothes in Harrods and Selfridges?
Because they want to reach to the ceiling too quick. When me, I'm enjoying the process.
Okay.
Like, I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I'm taking my time. I'm building it. I'm not trying to shoot up too quick. You know what I'm saying? So, I had chances of putting it in Selfridges.
Okay.
Long time ago, but it was like. Sometimes
why would you not want it in Selfridges? Wouldn't that?
Because I wanna get this. It's different when you're sitting on the table and you've done the work than when you ain't done the work and you're sitting there and you're trying to convince them why you should be in there.
Okay, so you rather they kind of reached out to you in a sense, or in a
not
way?
even reached out, but you've done the back work where it's like we're negotiating sensibly. Not on. I'm not begging.
I see what you mean. So, in other words, you're saying at the moment they might have a bit more leverage than you.
Yeah. Who are you?
Okay.
They can ask who are you?
Yeah.
And if you ain't got much to say, then you're just there like a beggar.
Yeah.
But most people don't want to do the hard work. They just rather get to the top straight. What it looks like.
Yeah.
Man's ready to go out there and do the hard work. That's why I wouldn't really say much UK brands. I don't, except for Trapstar. I can't really say of UK brands that is global unless it was. They used the rapper or I ain't had to use none. I've actually managed to get it global by just doing hard work. You know what I'm saying?
What territories would you say, if you were to pick 3 territories, which 3 territories would you say your brand is known the most? Obviously you got the UK.
Yeah.
Where would you say, obviously you see the analytics of yourselves, where would you say another country is
Nigeria.
there? Okay.
And
is that because you're Nigerian that you've had that influence, or what would you say has got it into Nigeria?
I couldn't even tell you how it got, like I said, the first Nigerian artist I ever got wearing it was Davido.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Someone told me he's going to be at Puma doing some release or something like that. Yeah. And then I just went down there with a gift package.
Okay.
And then I think I saw Zatan there.
Okay.
There was a few Nigerian artists.
Yeah.
Nigerian promoters.
Yeah.
So went there, this network. Obviously, Davido saw man, and you know he liked what man was about, and he's like, yeah, like, and I was like, well, I've got a gift package for your team.
Yeah.
And left it like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Next thing I know, they're actually wearing it.
Yeah.
They were wearing it all through London till they went to Dubai.
Yeah.
They wore it till there was nothing left.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. You know what I'm saying?
People that saw him wearing it. So it's mad that how.